Good afternoon here from Cairns. Barlow Park is the venue for your second and final round 5 clash of the SRL Mines competition. And what a battle we've got on our hands. It will be Mitch Wiles leading out the visiting Mount Druitt Kings up against Eric Irvine and the hometown Cairns Firehawks. And torrential rains here from Cairns, but that should not stop any of the explosiveness that we're about to see here tonight. Both teams looking to try and solidify themselves a spot in the top 3 for finals contention, and we're halfway through the season. How quick has it gone and how good has it been? Joining myself in the box, Sonny Tyre, alongside my good mate and Central Coast Lions mentor, Dom Young. And Dom, mate, we've got a good game on our hands. What are you looking forward to the most, and any standout players to keep an eye out for in this game?
Hello, Sonny. Thank you for inviting me today. I think today we're going to have to look at the halves for both teams. Lopez, Tapuna, Neil, and Benji Magic. I think they're just 4 talented players, and they're going to have to work together in order to make some dominance for their own team. And as we see, a big line break there from Johnny Walker.
Yeah, Jaden Walker, great start on this set. Second tackle in Mount Druitt. And coming back off close loss to the Waikato Wolves last week, Indigenous round, where they played at FMG Stadium, Waikato in Hamilton. Oh, good line break from Mitch Wiles, but the Kings just narrowly losing that one by 1 try scored in the final 10 seconds. It was Tane Rongomai Hawani to break Mount Druitt hard, so the visitors will be looking to back up a good game here tonight and get themselves another win to the tally. And Jaden Walker takes a run up on the right edge, but the fit tackle option just fizzles out. Bit of an anticlimactic finish there, but a good starting set for Mount Druitt. Dom, and as we see, Harrison Cowie, great line break. But the Firehawks coming off the back of a big win last week by 20-0 against the Blue Tongues. They'll be looking to back it up here tonight with another win.
Yeah, Sonny, the Kings, they're trying to make that push for the Mines finals, and they're a good team. They're very talented, and on their day, they could be the best team in the entire competition. So, led by Charlie Rossini and Daniel Hillier, they made a fantastic squad there. Oh, you see a penalty there.
Yeah, soft penalty given away early in this game. The visitors not the ideal start here, and that'll invite a lot of pressure inside their own red zone as the Cairns Fireworks will look for their second win of this season here today. They want to go back to back. It took them about 4 rounds and a trials game before they finally got their first W, and their mentors in Daniel Hillier, my apologies, and Charlie Rossini, they'll be looking to try and get another one in front of a parochial home crowd that's made the effort despite these conditions. Second tackle, Tyler Keane, cut out ball to Terry Oates, and he gets leveled on that one. He will feel that in the morning. Third tackle, the home side, inside dish. Lopez to Digby Johnson. Digby will try and crash over. 3-man effort there to hold him up, and referee Blake Harris will send it up to the board. But Dom, if you're the Firehawks, a great look, and you want to score off this set to start off on the front foot.
Yeah, exactly right, Sonny. The league's very balanced with your teams, and if you get that first try, that second try, it gives you just a bit of.
Oh, and I don't know how that wasn't called a knock on there, but 5th and last now. Cadence George Slattery right on the goal line. They'll play the ball inside dish. Terry Oates with a grubber, nice and smooth, and Willie Wisher, gets put on a huge hit. Gets the friend away, but he's got a receipt there, and he'll pay for that one. But a great stop on the goal line there, Dom, and Mount Druitt, bit of work to do now.
Exactly right. Like I said, you've got it in the Mines. You want to get that second try, just to ease yourself, just to ease some pressure off your shoulders in this league. And the Kings did well there on their goal line. They stopped that. Willie Wishart breaks the tackle and gets absolutely clobbered there. Definitely didn't use his Wash Rewards card because he paid full price for that hit up.
And Tapuna will send it downfield. I've been high on Jay Tapuna. I think he's currently second in try assist for the halves at the moment. So keep an eye out for him playing alongside Benji. I'm sorry, not Benji Magic. I have to double check. I've already forgotten his playing for you. Oh, big hit there, Crichton Madison. Geez, these two sides, they do not like each other one bit. They're setting a precedent nice and early. Dan James off the left wing. We'll get them inside Mountie half now. Third tackle, 9 minutes in from Cairns. And Eric Irvine, the captain of the Firehawks. Line break with a dish out to Jimmy Lopez. Sets him up just shy of the 20. Fourth now in the Firehawks. Inching closer towards that white paint. Also known as the goal line as we see 10 minutes in now. Fifth and last coming up. Numbers both sides. In kick formation. They drop it in the deep pocket. Lopez just sends it up and under. Who's going to be there? It's Mitch Riles. Hits a step on the return. Tries to weave past Harrison Coward. But Coward with a great defensive effort. Ankle tap there and a potential try-saver bomb. That was a good run from Mitch Riles.
Mitch Riles, yeah, he's one of the more explosive players in this league, you know. Mitch Riles is definitely looking at this. He's way more explosive than his former player, I'd say. He's quick. He's agile. He can get past anyone. He's just one of the kings. He's the kings of the kings, I'd say.
Yeah, and big shout out to Triple H on that one. Fifth and last now. 12 minutes in. Mountie will drop back in the pocket. Jay Tapuna sends it downfield. It might have too much. Oh, big mistake. Pinball Jackson. He bobbles that one, but the referees. We're gonna have to check some bank accounts here, I reckon, because a couple of blundered decisions not being called, but that'll allow the Firehawks to escape from that pressure. It was a good set mounting for the Kings as we see inside dish to Caden Slattery. But for this Mount Druitt side, the forward pack, you could argue they are the best in the league with the likes of Quinton Cotter, Johnny Burgess, the perennials leading the way through the middle. Four tackle, early 40-20 attempt. Oh, it's a shanker straight off the boot to Quinton Cotter. And now pressure once again for the Firehawks. And Mount Druitt, they're in a good position to try and get first points of the game.
Yeah, exactly right. So they're in perfect position here. They've got options left and right. So hopefully they can score off this set. As you said, they do have one of the best forward packs in the entire league. And an American, Jane McBob, into that as well. So very interesting lineup.
What a pass! A dish out to Jazz Bazinga. Sorry to cut you off, Dom, but I think the visitors have cracked the line for the first points of the game. Blake Harris will send it to the board. And Eric Irvine trying to wrap Jazz Bazinga, but he just found himself with enough space and not enough reinforcements to help Irvine to stop that one from being scored. And it's going to be green lights here from Barlow Park. First points of the game to the visitors, Dom, and what a way to start.
Exactly right. I think that's the way you want to start this game. You know, they had two opportunities. The Firehawks had two opportunities to score, and the Kings, they defended them pretty well, and the Kings got the other way and they score perfect counter-attack footy. That's the best footy you can ask for, really.
And Benji Magic. So it was Benji Magic. I did get it right earlier. He will convert his first goal of the game. And the boys from Mountie up 6-0. 15 minutes gone in a bleak evening here from Cairns. It's been warm and sunny all afternoon, and then out of nowhere we've been hit with this torrential downpour. But it is not going to stop the action here for your SRL Mines round 5 clash. It is the Cairns Firehawks down by 6. Oh, and what a questionable service there. I've done a few of those in my time playing at 6. But Dom, when you're the Mount Druitt Kings and you've got the likes of Mitch Wiles, Quinton Cotter, Johnny Burgess, it goes a long way. They've got the experience, and you'll kind of probably just rely on them to help carry the way and open up the lanes for the rest of their team.
Yeah, exactly right. You got to play through your guns, and you know, they have some experienced players on the team, the Kings, so they could use that. They could use that. Helps them a bit of composure with the footy, without the footy as well. And the Firehawks, they gotta match it. Whatever they do, they gotta mirror them. both sides of the footy, so we're going to have to see what they can do on this set, Sonny.
Oh, and a lockdown on the return, targeting Dan James. But speaking of these Firehawks, one thing I love about this team is their backline. They've got Harrison Coward, they're at the fullback spot. They've got Dan James on at the 2 spot, and out wide on the opposite wing. I've already forgot it. Geez, I am shocking here tonight. But their backline is certainly deadly. Sevu Singh at the right centre. He's a big Fijian unit. And you know what they say about those Fijian backs? Oh, big mistake. And it's bobbled straight to Johnny Burgess. He might take it all the way to the house. Johnny Burgess. How about that for a moment of brilliance from the Mount Druitt Kings prop forward. And Johnny Burgess, Dom. Prop forwards aren't meant to run that fast. They're not meant to be that agile. But Johnny Burgess didn't get that memo.
Yeah, speaking of a player that has 2 platinum forwards on his team, that's just quick. That's quicker than light, mate. He's just gone like a light. And the Firehawks, they made an error. The Kings made him pay. And like I said, you want to score the first and the second try, you keep that lead, and the Kings have done it.
Yeah, in the blink of an eye, this one has just turned into more points for the Kings. Benji Magic 2 from 2, 12-0 is the score. The visitors currently leading the Cairns Firehawks in Mount Druitt. They've played in some close games these past couple of weeks. The Golden Point Thriller win, their first of their club history against the Blue Tongues a couple of weeks ago, followed up by last week's tense game against the Waikato Wolves, where they went up against a provocative opposition crowd and they got stuck right into them. But it was 10 seconds to go, but they just lost that game. You have to think there's a fire in the belly of these Mount Druitt Kings who are looking to try and assert themselves at the top end of this ladder. Big fend off from Quinton Cotter. And Dom, what do the Firehawks have to do to get back in this game? Down by 12, and it's starting to look a bit dangerous early on for them.
Yeah, they're going to understand that this game has another 60 minutes to it. So, don't give up yet. Don't throw up the white flag.
My goodness. Someone get the stretcher down by the field, please. I think we're going to have to use it multiple times here tonight. You can expect a physical battle between these two sides, particularly through the middle of the field. And you've got the likes of a Digby Johnson and Terry Oates, Eric Irvine on one side. Then you've got Quinton Cotter, Johnny Burgess on the other. Plenty of names there as well. Jazz was in the first try scorer of the game for the Kings. Johnny Burgess, what an effort it was. Taking that one 20-30 metres out, back to the house. And he'll be looking to cap off quite a remarkable season he's had. I think that was his 5th try scored, maybe more. Dan James, what a step off the left boot. Nearly gets around that wing, but 3rd tackle now. The Firehawks mounting pressure as they march infield towards the red zone. At the 30, they'll play the ball now. 4th tackle, numbers both sides. They go left, cut out ball. Oh, Boucher nearly makes the Dogs breakfast out of that one, but 5th now. Does well to hold on to it in the rain. And they'll go last tackle, Jimmy Lopez. Oh, puts a grubber, but Ted McDonald just sticks the boot out. And that one alleviates pressure for the Kings, Don.
Yeah, another set, I'll say, actually, that they've stopped pretty well. And Jamie Bob, big run there.
Jamie Bob, he's a fan favourite because of that name.
He's a fan favourite. Exactly right. They've managed to snatch him from an American university and come play for the Kings. And he's an amazing talent here. Mitch Riles, another run.
And Mitch Riles, keep an eye out for him. He has certainly injected a lot of speed since his move to the fullback spot. Oh, Jazz Bazinga runs it straight at Digby Johnson. Word coming in from a few sources that Digby Johnson has missed a couple of training sessions, but I think he turned back up a couple of days ago, so it's good to see him there. Potentially a lot of player movements from the Mines as apparently some boys have just not been rocking up to training them. They've just been a bit lazy, not turning up and only turning up on game days. So got to get back into the grind if you want to help develop and give your team the best chance of winning the games. But a great defensive effort here from Mountie. They're holding the Firehawks inside their own half. At the 30, they play the ball. Eric Irvine, offload, take it off the ball, and Willie Wishart there to scoop it up. Oh, and that stretcher better be here sooner rather than later, Dom. The big hits are all happening here.
Exactly right. It's just like I'm watching a match of Mortal Kombat here. Just hit after hit, combination.
That was an open run, and I'm not sure who forced that one. Might have been Benji Magic, I think. He had the open lane, but Forces the ball. Oh, and another pick. Johnny Burgess trying to take it to the house again. They won't let him get away this time, but don't go anywhere, because if you blink, you just might miss this Mines action. Reverse inside out play there to Mitch Riles. Second tackle inside opposition 20, and the Kings momentum on their side. You'd have to think another try off this set will be a huge dagger in the hearts of these Firehawks. Third now, they'll go inside to Punter, cut out ball to Johnny Burgess. And Burgess just finding himself everywhere on the field. He's at the left edge now. They'll dish it back towards, oh, Bazinga, oh, and it pops the ball loose. And that one gets away from them. It was a good looking set, but great hustle defense to force that mistake on. And the Firehawks get away with that one.
Yeah, I think both teams have taken care of a bit of taking care of the here. The last couple.
Oh, Sevu Singh, the Fijian flyer, go big fella. A great run from him, and Don spoke about him before, just before the coverage started. You were pretty high on Sevu Singh, and he's someone to keep an eye out for. Those big Fijians, man, they're strong, they're fast, and you do not want to tackle them, or you're going to feel that one for the next few days as a result. But fourth tackle, the Firehawks in search of their first points of the game. They'll dish it out. Katoni Busha wrapped up in a two-man effort. Read well there by McBob and his teammate in Benji Magic. Fifth and last now, 32 minutes played here from Barlow Park. It is the visitors currently holding a 12-point lead. The Firehawks looking for their first points of the game. Bailey Monroe gets booed from the crowd as he makes that line break. But Dom, the Kings have been in control of this game, and it just doesn't look like they're letting it get away from them anytime soon.
Yeah, they're keeping a very good wall of defense here. The Firehawks, they're trying their best. They just can't find the right combination, the right gap. They're a pass away or they're a kick short of just making that set turn into points. So the Kings are going to be very proud of themselves. You know, Mount Druitt, you know, their fans are very iffy, but they should be celebrating right now, Sonny.
Yeah, iffy is definitely one way to describe them. They're a rowdy bunch and borderline troublemakers sometimes, especially when the Kings are losing. But they're here in good number, and it's a great effort from Mountie to Cairns. But first tackle now, the Queenslanders still searching for their first points of the game. Harrison Coward, could he be the one to break it open? Line breaks like that will certainly go a long way to getting the home side back in this game. Just under 5 minutes remaining as we see towards the sideline. Kings mentors Tamatu Tuffa and Wayne Driscoll watching on. Helya and Rossini on the other side. Offload away. Busha gets it, but he won't be able to do much with it. Loses a couple post-contact. Fourth now. They'll go back inside. Lopez dishes it to Terry Oates. And Oates will just wind it up at the 25th and last. A big kick needed. Who's going to be the one to deliver it? They'll go to Jimmy Lopez. He'll put in a grubber. Who's there to follow it up? It's Bazinga. Eric Irvine was in the vicinity, but Bazinga just doing a good job to get to it first. And Dom, the Firehawks, they're finding themselves in the red zone, but just unable to capitalize on fifth.
Yeah, exactly right. Like I said, they've rather been a pass short or a kick away from turning that set into points. And again, it was clearly evident there that, again, they'll kick away. I thought Lopez was going to go himself. He found that space and then decided last minute, you know what, I'm just going to put a grubber in there. And
kick formation. Jay Tapuna will go for it. It's got a good stab under it. Does it have the bounce? Will it get there? Harrison Coward. He was pressured by the chasers. He had to make a decision. Decides to back himself, and that's a great kick there from Tapuna. And Dom, the Kings with another great chance to potentially get another try on the board before halftime.
Yeah, exactly right. The Kings have just been looking very, very strong in the last 30 minutes or so. They're showing that class. They're showing that that loyalty that they have. They're a different team than what I've seen from round one. So, you know, props to them. Burgess needs a big run here. No, they're playing really well. They're gelling together. The chemistry's there.
And Jay Tapuna. Sorry to cut you off, Dom. I thought he was straight through. Do they have enough time to play the ball? They'll get to it. Last roll of the dice. Oh, they were over, but a pass to Ted McDonald, and it gets squandered. 12-0. There's your halftime score. The visitors, the Kings, leading over the Firehawks. We will see you in the second half. Yes, and welcome back from Cairns. Barlow Park is your venue, and it is the visiting Mount Druitt Kings with a 12-0 lead over the hometown Cairns Firehawks. And joining me in the box for today's coverage is my good mate Dom Young. And Dom, that first half from Mount Druitt, it was just all Kings, and it could have got drastic towards the end. They had a chance to take the lead out to a three-score lead, but they still hold the 12-point advantage, and they haven't conceded any points.
Yeah, the Kings, they played really well, and the section of Mount Druitt fans are going really crazy. Like the Melbourne City versus Melbourne Victory game, there were no bottles thrown at players. So that was a good sign. No, the fans got to be happy with themselves. Cairns Firehawks fans, they just want a bit more, and I think they'll get that this half. I'm pretty sure Daniel Hoyer was chucking bottles at him, but I'm pretty sure he missed every single one. So,
and he'll definitely be chucking a few more after those ones. But yeah, the Mount Druitt fans, we actually had flares lit in their inaugural game at Bluebet Stadium. We've had to cordon them off now and call in extra security, but they are very passionate about their team. They bring a lot of numbers and viewership to our league, and I'll tell you what, the Kings, they're kind of starting to establish an identity for themselves, that love it or hate it sort of a team. And you've got to say, that just reciprocates all throughout Mount Druitt. It's a love or hate type relationship. Mitch Riles through the right edge, tries the line break through the middle, and for tackle now, Mount Druitt looking to pile on more misery. Oh, straight from dummy half, Willie Wishart. Big don't argue, fit tackle, couple short of the try line. They'll go right. It's Jay Tapuna. Tapuna will try and crash over. Third try of the evening for the Mount Druitt Kings. And Dom, Mountie are just on an absolute roll at the moment. You'd have to think they've caught in the Firehawks off guard, because they are just blitzing him with a barrage of points in this game.
Yeah, they're keeping the Firehawks very quiet. Surprisingly, I thought the Firehawks would come out of this game in the first or the second half. A bit of fire in them. As you see, the fans are cheering on right now. You can absolutely hear them from our box even. So yeah, the Firehawks, they're very disappointed. The fans are very disappointed, but yeah, the Kings, they're celebrating. The section of the fans, that again, Gatorade bottles chucked everywhere. Influx of Gatorade bottles, sponsorships coming in potentially. Sonny.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Dom, Gatorade bottles in Mount Druitt, they're probably not used for drinking out of. They're probably used for something else, more recreational. If you know, you know. But 45 minutes gone here in your round 5 clash from Cairns. It is the Kings currently up 18-0, and it is sort of feeling like reverse deja vu for the Firehawks. They did win at home last week against the Blue Tongues 20-0, and for them, they would have been hoping that momentum, oh geez, big bump off. They would have been hoping momentum could help carry them across and kickstart their season. It took them a while to get their first win, but they finally got it in great fashion, and who knows, maybe it could be complacency or could be just the pure class of this Mountie side. We spoke about their forward pack especially, but Mitch Riles, he's been making headways. Bailey Monroe is someone that also can play a part, has his moments. Oh, that could be a mistake, but it's not going to be called. And the home fans are just absolutely dishing it to Queensland Loki Blake Harris. Some questionable decisions there in this one tonight, but both sides copying the bad side of it. Dan James on the return. And the Firehawks, who's going to be the one to step up? Who's going to be the one to lead by example, inspire the team back into this one? They're currently in search of their first points, yet to score any. Geez, you'd be hoping no penalties are conceded inside the 20. They might end up opting to take the 2. That'd be very frustrating if you're a mentor or a member of this Firehawk side. But Dom, Cairns, time running out. We've still got plenty of footy left to be played, but where do you think they have to go to try and get back in this one?
I think they're going to play for their forwards. I don't think they've been playing through their forwards enough, and I think if you watch the Kings, I think that's all they play through. They're the fullback, the wings, and then the forwards. Majority of the forward play, but Cairns, they're not really matching that. They're sort of just running the ball, not getting really far, but I think that's just because of the absolute monstrosity of the forwards that the Kings have. So you're going to have to look at Cairns right now. You're going to have to assess, go back to the drawing board and assess what else can we do against this Kings team. How can we score our tries from the wing, from the centre, from the forwards, from fullback, You're going to have to figure that out sooner rather than later, Sonny.
Yeah, that's well said. And if you're the Firehawks, the longer this game goes on, without points being scored, the more frustrating it's going to be. Benji Magic, oh, it's a shanker, but he'll just find the grass before it trickles over into touch. It could have been out on the full. Maybe he was trying to link up a short side chip there, but just too acute with the angle, and he did find some open space, so a bit of a breather here for both teams, but that'll give the Firehawks great starting field position, about 3 meters shy of the halfway as they will dish it out. First tackle, and George Slattery, Cairns George Slattery will take the run up. He injects a lot of speed in that left edge position. Oh, and 6 again, and the home crowd loving that one. They finally get one go their way. Just under half an hour left. The Firehawks searching for their first points, and it's spilt again. And it is just going from bad to worse for the Cairns side. Bomb. They've gotten their opportunities by mistakes. The equivalent of shooting themselves in their own foot here tonight.
Yeah, the amount of times they've done that, Sonny, I don't know if they even have a foot anymore. Every single time they've had that position to play, to score points and to play good footy, they've shot themselves in the foot every time. And it maybe it's the weather, maybe it's the slippery surface, and just not trying to get the ball to the right people. But yeah, Firehawks fans are just disappointed with today. They came in very high after last week, but yeah, they're not showing that class that they did last week for this week's clash.
Yeah, and a lot of pressure building now inside the 10, fifth and last. They dish it out. Jay Tapuna sends it high. Who's going to be up for the contest? It's Harrison Coward, and he's wrapped up as soon as he touches the ball. And that rush up pressure of the Kings is just, it's really doing a number on these Firehawks. And take nothing away from the Firehawks defense. I thought their defense tonight has been okay. It's been the standout of their game, but the attack, they're just making these silly mistakes and forcing these errors to be made. Oh, Harrison Coward through the left edge, trying to inject some life back into this home side. 55 played. Oh, George Slattery does a good job. He wasn't expecting that one, but he'll hold on to it. And it has been torrential downpour all game, but it certainly doesn't seem like it's been affecting the Kings. They've been completing a lot of their sets and doing a good job to maintain possession. And at this point in the game, Dom, maybe the Kings will be looking to just run out the clock, look after the footy, and just grind out this Firehawk side, chip away at him. Oh, good line break, offload to Burgess.
Exactly right, Sonny. They're even looking at maybe add a bit more points. In such a stacked league, I think adding a few more points could maybe elevate their position 1 or 2 spots with a better for and against. So we're going to have to see what they do here. It's up to Tama Tutafa and Rainer Driscoll to make the decision, but I think they played really well. Both teams defensively have been really, really well today. The Firehawks are just, there's always been a step behind, but they've got time to still show what they can do in the next 20 minutes, Sonny.
And Pinball Jackson off the return, looking like he was shot out of a cannon, but yeah, you're right, Dom. These Firehawks, they need to get a wriggle on now. Time running out, 0 points on the board, and that's when the questions start to sort of sink into your mindset. Are we going to be able to crack this line? Are we going to be able to get back in this one? Harrison Coward, he'll be the one to answer the prayers. He'll hit a step, a goosey, a filthy one at that on Mitch Wiles. And there you go. What a run from Coward. Gets the Firehawks set up inside opposition red zone. They'll go through Terry Oates. 4th tackle now. 60 played here from Cairns. The Queenslanders, can they get on? Can they get across on this set? George Slattery takes the run inside the 10 now, 5th and last. What is the kick option? Jimmy Lopez sends it high, perfectly placed, off the crossbar, straight to Sebu Singh. But he's wrapped up and driven back. A bend don't break effort from the goal line defense of this Mountie side, and Dom, it just feels like you can't even get a fart past these guys. Nothing's getting past them here tonight, and it's just feeling like it could potentially be that way for the rest of this game.
Oh, that was just excellent cover defense there. Sevu Singh, absolute superstar he'll be. He ran all the way from the right side all the way to the middle of the field, caught the ball, just didn't have enough time to put the ball down. And as we see, look at the King side. They're already up to their, or near the near halfway line. So You know, it's already their fourth tackle, but big
Oh, what
run
a
there,
line
Mel.
break. Jay McBob, go big fella. Gets an offload away on the second phase play. Benji Magic there to wrap up and take that one at the 20 now. Fifth and last. Mount Druitt have to think they'll put in a high bomb, and that's what they do. Jay Tapuna towards the sideline. It's very shallow, and Bouchard, oh, shrugs off one. But he's wrapped up in a wall of black and white jerseys there to contain him. And as we look on now, Harrison Coward once again, what a line break. He has been leading the way for this Firehawk side all night. You'd have to think he's probably been their best on ground. A dish out from Irvine to Crichton Madison. And the two prop forwards linking up on that play. Third tackle, just over 15 minutes left in this round 5 clash. Who is going to walk away with the Chockies here tonight? Will it be the visiting Mount Druitt Kings with a 3-score lead? Or will it be a comeback for the ages if the Firehawks can really dig deep and try and muster something absolutely special here at home? Jimmy Lopez down towards the corner. It's a good punt, but Eddie Lewis is there and waiting, wrapped up by Boucher. And now Mount Druitt, a lot of work to do from within their own half, Dom, but you have to think they're under no pressure to try and force anything. They'll just probably be looking to play it safe and play it clean.
Yeah, exactly. When the Kings got really, it's really their game to lose at the moment, and I think the Firehawks just might run a bit out of time here. The Firehawks had so much fire heading into themselves last week, but this week I think they came out a bit cold. Maybe it was the weather. Yeah, I think it's got a little bit intimidated by a bit of the players, Burgess, Cotter, just to name a few, even Mitch Riles. They're superstars, but in this league, it's very balanced. So you just got to look at your team. It's going to be like, you know what, we can win this game. You know, that's the confidence going to go into every week, and I think that's what I try and tell my players. You know, look at these players, Sonny. You can tell that these players are all going to be superstars in the future. So it's exciting to see what the future can hold.
100%, Dom. There's a lot of future superstars out here, and we're pretty lucky to be able to watch them. This is where they prove themselves, and this is where it all starts in the SRL. This is where you make a name for yourself on the pathway to making first grade and becoming an elite SRL player. Fifth and last, what a kick, straight down to Bailey Monroe, wrapped up by Sevu Singh. 70 minutes gone, 10 remaining in this round 5 Mines clash. It is the visiting Kings up 18-0 against the Firehawks, and Mount Druitt, what a game it's been for them. You cannot fault this effort. It's been near perfect from them, and a great way to bounce back after a heartbreaking loss to Waikato last week. Big don't argue there from Cotter, gets the offload to Magic, and those two have been linking up on a few plays here tonight. To put a flat dish to McDonald, offload once again, and the offload's just becoming a prominent part of this attacking footy from the Kings. Fifth and last now, they'll drop it in the pocket. Benji Magic off the left boot, finds open space. Dan James hits a step, but he cannot get past Mitch Riles. Stuck to him like glue. But Riles out of position. If they find the line break, they could expose it. Oh, big fan Tyler Keane gets through. Offload away. Jimmy Lopez. Lopez has space. Oh, get past Riles. Lopez, 5 meters, 2. Oh, and he's nearly there. Second tackle, can the Firehawks get their first points of the game? They'll go to Alex Neal. He'll be held up. Third tackle now. They go short dish, Terry Oates. And there has not been a better look for the Firehawks in this half than right here. You'd have to think it'll go to waste if they can't score. And that would really be the dagger in the heart. Fifth and last now. As they'll play the ball a bit slow there, but Terry Oates double pass out to Jimmy Lopez, sends it towards the corner. It's a tester bomb, but there in waiting is Eddie Lewis, ice in his veins. Cool, calm and collected, Dom, and Mount Druitt, they're going to march this one home. Oh!
Yeah, I can't believe my eyes. The Kings' defense is absolutely phenomenal. They're just a step above the Firehawks today. They caught them on their day, and Eddie Lewis, he was waiting for that one. He got the ball, and it was just like, you know, proper AFL type catch here. But here, he's joined the better sport. He's joined the rugby league. So there you go. Yeah, like looking at this game, Sonny, I think the Kings, they've cemented themselves as you know, as real title contenders. You know, they came into the league late. You know,
Oh,
Cairns
big
won the
bump
league.
off from Burgess. Sorry to cut you off, Dom, but man, Druitt, they have not gotten the memo
good,
that
good.
they are up by a comfortable margin. No mercy on this effort. Fifth and last, Jade Sapuna grubber. It's a knock on. And the Firehawks will be grateful for that one. They don't want any more points to be conceded. And it's been very quiet here since that third try being scored from the Kings, and for the Firehawks, another loss to their record, and they'll be hoping to bounce back next week as we enter the second half of the Mines competition, and all 5 teams still well and truly in the balance, but not much margin for error now for the Firehawks, coming away with a loss here today. I know the game's not over yet, but the result is in the bag. They're just waiting for the inevitable finish to this game. And the Mount Druitt Kings in no rush to get this game over and done with. They're probably enjoying their footy out there, especially when you're up by this sort of a lead. It helps you relax and maybe play a bit more freely out there on the field. But Dom, the Mount Druitt Kings, we talk about some of the top teams, the Central Coast Lions, your Central Coast Lions being one of them in first place, but the Kings, they could very well be another worthy contender.
Yeah, exactly right. But when they first entered the league, the fans were looking at this team like, what players are they going to have? But big hit there. They came into the league and they have built an absolute squad and a half. And if they've got me shivering a couple times, I'm looking at this cover defense. I'm just looking like
Ted McDonald, great line break there. And the fat lady will sing full time here from Cairns. It is the Mount Druitt Kings with a dominating 18-0 victory over the Cairns Firehawks in your mind round 5 clash. And what an effort it was from the visitors. That one will do a lot for their confidence, and they'll be feeling very good now as we enter the second half of the season. But 18-0 your final score. Cairns without a try, without any points. So the first time they've been held to 0 in this one. It's the second time it's happened. Last week they were the ones that put the 0 against the Blue Tongues, and now this week they're the ones that cop it. But for the Kings, 57% possession, 18 from 21 completions, 4 errors, compared to the Firehawks, 15 from 20 and 5 errors respectively. 168 tackles for the home side, 140 for the visitors, 21 missed tackles from Cairns, 15 from Mountie, and 30 line breaks to the visitors compared to the good of the Firehawks in 20. But we'll scroll over to your TBC Live stats, and Harrison Coward leading the way. 193 run meters, 7 shy of 200, 13 tackles, 0 miss with 8 line breaks. No tries, but he had a great game, Harrison Coward. He was the standout for the Firehawks with those line breaks. The never give up attitude and mentality he brought, but you can't rely on any one player or any one players per se, Dom, because besides Coward, it was just a bit of not the best performance from the Firehawks, not the performance we know that they're capable of.
Yeah, exactly right. I say this a lot in comms. It's not a one-man team. There's no iron team. Coward, he led by example, but the players were just not on their day-to-day. The Kings' defense was probably a big reason to that. But Coward, he's going to be a superstar in this league. I see a lot of KCK, MBT, Bill in him. He could be one of those players in the future. I think that's a big call, but I see it, Sonny.
Yeah, there's no iron team unless you're Riley Murray and you don't know how to spell. But Caden George Slattery, Eric Irvine, Quentin Madison, and Terry Oates all over the 20 tackle mark for these 4 players. So combining for over 80. Matter of fact, maybe 90 as well. I'm bad at maths, so who am I to have a dig at Riley for not being able to spell? I can't even do addition, but the Firehawks, they will be looking to bounce back next week. We know how good they are, and it just wasn't one of their best games. And against a side that was clicking on all cylinders, Johnny Burgess leading the way from the prop position, over 200 run meters, 9 tackles, 7 line breaks with a try as well. Willie Wishart, 12 shy of 200, 17 tackles. Try assist to Quinton Cotter, big game for him as well, getting across with a pie, 123 run meters, 20 tackles, and a couple missed. But yeah, Dom, this Mount Druitt side, playing how they did today, they just look very impressive, very classy performance from the visitors.
Yeah, exactly right. They came all the way up to Cairns, and they showed by example. At times, I thought Mount Druitt with a home team, they were really comfortable in their environment, and we see a lot of meters. We see a lot of kicking meters as well. I think it hit just over 200 there, so that's pretty huge. Have players that can kick and also make huge meters. Shout out to Benji Magic, he had a great game, and even Jay Tapuna, your guy,
Yeah,
big runs today, big game today. Like I said, all 26 players on the field today, they're going to show that they're class in the future, and I'm very excited that I'm only a year older than most of these guys, so I'll be sharing most of my era with these guys. I'm pretty excited looking at this.
yeah, and just a quick look at Jaden Walker playing in at the centre spot, I believe. But 16 tackles, only 1 missed. I'm pretty sure he played at the centre spot. I'm probably wrong, as usual. But yeah, Jay Tapuna, I've been high on him. He's one of the leaders in try assists, and the Cronulla Sharks have had to call up one of their dev players. So we are looking for another one to fill out that second dev spot, and he might very well be the one. Hopefully no one beats me to the race there, but a great effort from the Kings, and that'll be their second win of the season to help propel them in the top half of the ladder for the Firehawks. We'll have to see what the outcome of this game will do to the ladder, but what a game it was from the Kings. Full-time score 18-0, the visitors over the hometown Firehawks, and what a game it was here from Cairns in far north Queensland. Myself, Sonny Tyre, joined by my good mate in Dom Young. We hope you enjoyed your SRL Minds action here tonight, and stay tuned for next week, round 13 of first grade, round 6 of your Minds. It's all happening next week, so we can't wait to see you all then. Until then, take care of yourselves, be safe, and we will see you next time right here on SRL TV.